Well, if you turn on television, you turn on some of the dishonest media, you'll see that, oh, wow, this happened and that happened. What happened? You know, somebody got booed the hell out of a place by thousands and thousands of people. There wasn't one person in the room. Not one. And then they said, there may not be unity. Unity. There wasn't one person in the room who was with, including the Texas delegation, right? Honestly, he may have ruined his political career. I feel so badly. I feel so badly. And you know, he'll come and endorse over the next little while. He'll come and endorse. But I don't want his endorsement. What difference does it make? I don't want his endorsement. I have such great I don't want his endorsement. Just, Ted, stay home, relax, enjoy yourself. Just a couple of things. I knew his speech. They gave me a speech. I saw exactly what his speech was. Because when you go up to speak, you have to give your speech. You know, we don't want surprises, right? So they gave it. They came to me. They said, it's a boring speech, Mr. Trump. Nothing good, nothing bad. He congratulates you on the victory. And here's the speech. Well, he got up, and in the first two sentences, he added a sentence. In other words, he got up, and he added a sentence, which could have been viewed as a nasty thing in terms of what he said, because he was implying something which is wrong, but that's okay. So he took his speech, and you're bound by that speech, just like you're bound by the pledge, right? You're bound by the pledge. So Ted Cruz took his speech that was done, was on the teleprompter, said hello, then made a statement that wasn't on the speech, and then went back to his speech. See, to me, that's dishonorable. To me, not signing a pledge is dishonorable, okay? It's dishonorable. Not a nice thing to do. And I talk this way because we're all together. We created one of the most successful conventions in the history of conventions. Way is a very nice woman and a very beautiful woman. I have to tell you, I think Chides Cruz is a great person. I think it's the best thing he's got going in his kids, if you want to know the truth. In a certain way, although he's got good intellect, but he doesn't know how to use it. And he was a good debater, but he didn't do well in the debates against me, according to every poll. I mean, every poll, you know, just great debater, except he lost in every single poll and every single debate. So that takes care of the Heidi thing, because Heidi's a terrific woman, but they sent out. Now, he said, that was a PAC. We had nothing to do. Folks, a lot of us are political people, right? We're not babies. His people were on the PAC. So he said, we had nothing to do. We had this. Now, probably you could trace it down with emails, but they're pretty smart. They don't even send, probably just phone calls. But look, it was a PAC with many of his friends. It was a Cruz Super-PAC. I think he even said, well, it wasn't really meant for us. It was a Cruz PAC. It was his people. Okay, so they sent out the first picture. Please remember that. Number two, his father. I don't know his father. I met him once. I think he's a lovely guy. I think he's a lovely guy. All I did is point out the fact that on the cover of the National Enquirer, there was a picture of him and crazy Lee Harvey Oswald having breakfast. Now, Ted never denied that it was his father. Instead, he said, Donald Trump, I had nothing to do with it. This was a magazine that, frankly, in many respects, should be very respected. They got OJ, they got Edwards, they got this. I mean, if that was the New York Times, they would have gotten Pulitzer Prizes for their reporting. I've always said, why didn't the National Enquirer get the Pulitzer Prize for Edwards and O.J. Simpson and all of these things? But anyway, so they have a picture, an old picture, having breakfast with Lee Harvey Oswald. Now, nothing, I'm not saying anything. They said, and here's how the press takes that story. So this had nothing to do with me, except I might have pointed it out, but it had nothing to do with me. I have no control over anything. I might have pointed it out. But they never denied. Did anybody ever deny that it was the father? They're not saying, oh, that wasn't really my father. It's a little hard to do, because it looks like him. So here's the story. And they say, Donald Trump and his conspiracy theories, he went out and said his father was with Lee Harvey Oswald and he assassinated the president. What did I do? So two things. Those were the 2 points. So on those 2 points, he said about the endorsement, and I just had it cleared up. I think I'm doing the right thing in doing it, but I have to do it. Number one, the Heidi thing you understand. Now, number two, I know nothing about his father. I know nothing about Lee Harvey Oswald. But there was a picture on the front page of the National Enquirer, which does have credibility, and they're not going to do pictures like that because they get sued for a lot of money if things are wrong, okay? A lot of money. And there was a picture. And that's the only thing I know. So now they use the two things as the reason he won't support. Let me tell you something. We, if for no other reason, if people really dislike me, and I don't think they do anymore after the 4 days. Hey, look, if I have kids that like me that much, how bad can I be, right? Right? And they love their daddy. I was a good father, but I have smart children and good children, and I'm getting a lot of credit. I think they were the star of the convention. Mike, I think they